I have a guest, a special guest. He's coming to be my guest for the first time. He's going to spend time with us to prepare your questions, how to better Lagos. Because Eko must not bàjẹ́.
Of course.
The General Manager of Lagos Traffic Management Authority, Olalekan, Bakare-Oki, is live with me in the studio. We are not looping on phone. He's live, sitting directly opposite me, and as we are talking, I'm looking into his eyeballs, and I guess he's equally looking at my eyeballs because we can make contact now. So he's going to spend some time with us. He has much to say about the control of traffic in Lagos. And I want you to please, if you have any questions, you will be free. But don't ask those questions that will compel me to step you down. I coordinate this program. I moderate it. I have the right also to step your question down if I believe your question is not going normally. Because if you know what it costs us in time of begging, not money, but the time of continually calling, begging, to bring my guest to the studio, you will not want to ask a question of personal vendetta. So that is not allowed. But any question, whatever you want to know, mostly for those of you who believe that LASTMA has no authority to arrest. I will explain that. Please, you can ask the questions because this is the head of the authority of LASTMA that is with me. What he cannot explain to you, I'm afraid not even Lagos State Governor will want to explain to you because Lagos State Governor has veered this one to him and tackling many other issues. So please ask your question. Then, if you have suggestions on the possible way the work can be improved, he's here to learn. He will take it away, table with his management, and it is Lagos that will be better for it at the end of the day. So, but before we bring him in, I have to run through some of the newspapers so that we have totality of everything. And permit me to explain this. A time it was that over 80% of Lagosians believe that LASTMA has no authority to arrest. That theirs is to control traffic, to make the vehicle move. They don't have authority. And many people circulated famous rumor, innuendos, things that are not in existence. About 6 years ago, I was compelled to throw the facts to the public because I was tired of receiving calls on air telling me, can you imagine that LASTMA took a vehicle away to where? They don't have the authority. So the chief executive officer of LASTMA then, a retired assistant inspector general of police, Chris Olakwe, of blessed memory, was the first LASTMA man that I now brought in. Please sit down here. And I told him, all the laws that permit your operation, bring everything in books. Yes. It was after that day. That most Lagosians know that the people were not acting extraordinary out of what the law that the law permitted them doing whatever they are doing. So, GM, please, sir, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Lagosians.
It's good to hear your voice.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, madam. Good morning.
It's nice to meet you in person as well.
I want to believe that my name is Godwin Etakiwebu, known on air as the Guru. It is never, either at child naming. My father did not make mistake of naming me Oliver Twist. I am not Oliver Twist. But permit me to extract from you a promise that this is not going to be one-off time call. That from time to time, when we need you to please come and help us to talk to our people, that you will not deny us too much.
By the grace of Almighty God.
All right. Thank you very much.
We'll always answer you, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, let us check the newspaper before I come back to him. I will give him full time, and I will give you also full time to call in to ask your question, to make suggestion, because ọmọdé gbọ́n àgbà gbọ́n ní Ilé Ifẹ̀ fi jókòó. So it takes the wisdom of both the younger and the
old.
Yeah, and the old generation.
For Ile Ife to sit.
Now, I have 3 papers with me here. Four newspapers with me here. The Guardian is here, the Nation is here, the Vanguard is here, and the Punch is here. Maybe I should go to the Punch.
Okay.
And pick from there. There is a story in the Punch newspaper that is reported, a statement that was made by a top official of the International Monetary Fund. We should not forget that IMF, the World Bank, they are within the region of let your policy be like this, let your policy be like this. Of course, I have my opinion that these institutions were really created to deny the incoming countries of the world, what you call underdeveloped countries or developing countries. The developing countries are most even escaping it. My opinion is that these institutions are created to make sure that the incoming countries, the economy of the world, they never arrive anywhere.
Really?
Yeah. I have my opinion. So when I have economists that will tell me that there is no alternative, I will tell you that you are not an erudite economist. Because economy itself is all about choice. So if you are telling me no alternative but this, we are hearing it right now in the present government. The first person that brought it as a sermon to us was the former secretary to the government of the Federation, Kabiyesi Olufalaye. I call him Kabiyesi. He's not a chief. He's a monarch himself, not a chief. He's the Olu Iluabu in Akure. He told us when he introduced structural adjustment program, he said no alternative to that. And the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank brought their conditions. Until today, Nigeria will still have this joke, the conditionality of IMF. And IMF was unleashed on us through structural adjustment program. Until today, we've not been able to survive it. And that became the first time that our Naira was thrown open to the public. Because I remember before then, traveling overseas, your basic traveling allowance would be 100 Naira. And you will go overseas. You will spend money, and you will return back with change.
Something left, yeah.
A leftover. 100 Naira. A Naira was giving, if you want to buy dollar then, it's $2 that go for 1 Naira. A pound is slightly about 1 or so. But I can confirm that as of yesterday, $1 was 1,700 710 naira to purchase $1 yesterday. I know it would have gone up now as I'm talking. Why? Because we have economists that say no alternative. This one is usually with no alternative. Whereas economics is all about choices. You have to make choices between this and this.
And this.
So that's it. Now, Nigeria still borrowing amid high debt costs. This is a statement credited. Let me just pull it out and show it. Then we will now question one or two things. Page 19, yes. Page 19.
That's
During
it.
a press conference on the Global Finance Stability Report at the IMF World Bank annual meetings in Washington, D.C., the IMF Financial Counselor and Director of Monetary and Capital Markets, Tobias Adrien, is a person of that stature in IMF, said that Nigeria and other frontier markets have maintained significant activity in the debt market throughout 2024, even though financing costs have surged compared to pre-2021. What she is saying is that why would Nigeria still be very, very active in borrowing when one, the cost of borrowing, financing is too high?
Increasing.
What she tried saying, but she said it the other way around, was that Nigeria at this time should have been quitting that demand of borrowing. But we know that everything in Nigeria, the next alternative, the only alternative left for us is to go and borrow, according to the economists that are now running the present government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Edu, who is the Minister of Finance, told us one thing a few days ago, that no alternative to getting this money, borrowing this money. Whereas a very highly profiled personality of the IMF will say, Nigeria is still doing this. So what she meant to have put down, but which she put down on the other way around, saying that you should run away. One, your Naira had gone on free fall against the dollar. I have just said what the market for Naira dollar was yesterday. 1,710 Naira to purchase only $1. By today, it will be going, or before 2 p.m., you will see the same thing at 1,700, maybe 15 or maybe 20 Naira to $1. So why therefore must we say we must borrow for everything? It means there are some projects that are not necessary for us to be in now. Though you have a moratorium, you have a time, you have a session, you have grace. They may tell you that even this is this. But the most dangerous aspects of this money borrowed, or we are borrowing continuously from either IMF or World Bank, is that is one of the conditions to tell you what you must use the money for. It is like I have my children in school, and I need to pay the school fees of my children. Then I go to all these apps, which we have at home here.
Lending apps.
Lending apps. Then I now say, I want to pay my children's school fees. He said, no, we're ready to give you. Let's say lending app. He said, we are ready to give it to you. But you must use this one to buy only plantain or yam, not to pay school fees. But because I needed the money, I will take it. Then I need to go to another app B to get money to either pay the school fees. So my borrowing is growing quantum. I will not do too much on this money, more than this. For example, do we really need the Calabar-Lagos Coastal Way, a project that is the most highest costed in the whole world? No government of the world, no government, no country in the world that had awarded one single contract that was worth 50 trillion naira. not America, not China, not anywhere in the world. Do we really need that? When from Shagam to Ijebu-Ode, that road has become a death trap. From Benin to Warri is a death trap. From Warri to Port Harcourt, of course, some people spend 72 hours on that road. Then, for years in my life, if I will recollect, I have always been driving Abuja, Kaduna, Kano. Abuja, Kaduna, 2 hours. Abuja, Kano, 4 hours. And it's a road that you can even close your eyes slightly. I'm not encouraging that. And you drive it. But today, people spend 12 hours. Sometimes people spend 24 hours on that road. Why, therefore, instead of coming to Lagos, Calabar, Coastal Road, why don't you use this money to finish all those projects so that they can be smooth? Of what value, commercially or economically, that Lagos Calabar highway will give to Nigerians now, when you are denying them the one that they know of bringing food? And I think a government should have been sitting down and say, okay, we have excess of this. Where do we deploy it? Let us enhance. I think that's what happened when the first biggest highway was created from Egypt, Cairo in Egypt, down to South Africa. Because they had the money, they had the excess. Not when we are borrowing at this high cost of financing borrowing. And unfortunately, another most unfortunate thing that we should learn to tell ourselves is that whatever the payment, when half of your budget will be for servicing of loans, we should understand that there is difference between servicing of loan and payment of loan. Servicing of loan is the interest. It's what you're paying off. But your loan is waiting for you. So it is for that reason, like what the government that just passed, Muhammadu Buhari, did to Nigeria by mortgaging our oil some to 20 years. You went to borrow money against oil you have not extracted from the ground, the crude. That's what you borrow the money for. So as we are extracting, the next 20 years, you are paying that one. And where is the money? Where did they show it to you that we finish it here? In 2021, Buhari government went to borrow $1.5 billion that they will fix the two refinery in Port Harcourt. And I came on there, I wrote all my articles, all my platform. I said, no. One, it doesn't make sense because the calculation as I saw it, not 1 liter will come out of the Then 6 months after that, then they went again to borrow $1.4 billion. They are turning around Warri and Kaduna refineries. All the promises they gave till today, not 1 liter had come out of Port Harcourt. The remaining one, let's forget about that. So what is happening? So these are very little things, and we should be learning. Naira for crude, Dangote gets NNPCL first supply. The first supply of crude to be paid with Naira, arrive Dangote. But all these facts, we may not be knowing them too much because neither the NNPC will be telling us the truth, nor Dangote. Dangote will tell you that, no, that's misleading information. What is the correct information? Dangote will not talk. And there are reasons why they will not talk. Those are technicalities of the law that they will not talk. But the good news, as we are told now, is that the crude to be paid for has come. Then PDP crisis, like as I keep saying, this crisis had killed PDP. But what I don't know whether it has not buried PDP. Because as far as I'm concerned, that political party is dead. But has it been buried? I don't know. Maybe they look for one unidentifiable, unrecognizable graveyard to bury it. I don't know.
No, until there is a burial, there is hope, right? Is there hope?
for PDP.
Mm.
Ah. With all what you are hearing, are you not hearing something now that all the PDP governors that are pro-Wiki, they scatter themselves all around the north looking for who will become
Running mate
for Makinde for your state. Is that Wiki that is doing that? Wiki is a very, very active member of it. And Wiki will make sure he sponsors Bola Tinubu for the second tenure. So what actually the casualty will be? The casualty will be PDP that will die and be written off. So PDP is dead. I don't know. Maybe we still have good medical doctors that after a body would have been mortuary for almost a year, they bring the body back to life. How Bobrisky spent night in FCID female cell. Why would they put? They know that this the man, not she, he. But why would they go and put he with the women? And of course, let me ask, what's her name now? Is it Kemi? No, not Kemi. The Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Services. With all the problem we have in Nigeria, why is Bobrisky the issue that we'll be pursuing here and there? I don't know. These are part of the news that we should look at. And of course, I read it somewhere. Which of the paper? Let me just mention that, then I go straight away to my guest. Court summons Herbert Wigwe's cousin over will. When Herbert Wigwe died, the first thing that came to my mind was the wickedness level of death. How on earth would death go on air? Pick Wigwe, Herbert, pick the wife, and pick the most senior guy. Nobody remain again to pursue the initial intent of the father. But in my own mind, I'm looking at this thing very, very carefully. A cousin of Wigwe or Herbert, let me say Herbert, they use Papa. Papa celebrated 90. We are different. To me, I will not carry out that celebration. At 90, the child that ought to give me final burial, the child that brought my life to limelight. Look at the house. I don't know if you have been there. The house he left for the father. I'll be there. So then I will be. Thank God that Mama was upset in the whole show. So when Papa talk, I told myself, I said, it's not Papa that is talking. I said, there are relations that are talking. You see, Baba? Now, the cousin is saying that Herbert Imogude, the partner, he has taken over the responsibility of taking care of the children and administering. I don't know. Saying that Papa should have been the person. Papa at 90, how can he run such weight? Papa at 90, what can he do? So to me, the relations they've gathered together, maybe they are not gaining access to the wealth as they thought, because if you are rich in your family, your prayer, you must be very, very careful, because the first enemies that want you dead are members of your family. So they now to use Papa, but now the matter has gone to court. Because they've gone to court, it will come to a point, Imokode will get to a point and say, well, I wanted to do something for mine. Not that people don't talk of Imokode behind you. They do. But this matter, only God will know where it will go. But all these cousins, what their target is to be able to gain access to the wealth and snatch everything. Why can't they go to the university and do all the things that the man proposed to do? It is wealth. Papa, it's Papa that's supposed to do it. They are just pushing Papa. And Papa is too old. Papa wouldn't know that. Otherwise, if I were to be in Papa position, I will not dress well for any birthday party, either 90 or not 90. I will not. I will still be mourning my son. So, but then, now, local government autonomy, federal government plans sanctions against the 40 states. I will stop here because I must pay attention to my brother. The issue is that even those states that are now creating, and the National Assembly that are now creating states and do everything, problem is coming on. Problem is coming in the sense that the strictest constitution is the 1999 constitution as amended, because this is the only constitution that came naming all the 774 local governments, name them in the constitution. That's why amendment is very, very difficult if you must go. Bola Tinubu did everything he needed to do, and he took the thing to the end, including what the constitution prescribed, except that the constitution said that when you would have done that, let the state pass it. Put the thing before the citizen of the state. Once they pass it, you are good to go. But you must take it to Senate for ratification. And the constitution suddenly became dead in speech. What will happen if the Senate refuses or something to ratify? The constitution became. That's why Bola Tinubu took it as a governor of Lagos to the Senate. And the Senate did not say a word. And the Constitution did not say what you should do. The Senate did not say a word. That's why he died. So Bola Tinubu cleverly turned into local development, local what they call
Council development areas.
GM, you can help me on that. I'm here to bring you in local.
She has respondents. SCDA.
Yes, that's good. Thank you. So, this is it. Now, what the states are trying to do now is that, like the Attorney General of the Federation, and the Supreme Court provision did not bring any 3 months immediately, but it was a political solution. But now they are trying to create states. I don't know, the National Assembly that want to create a new state out of another state. For example, what is happening in Oyo State now? Oyo State will be created out of the present Oyo State. Then the remaining one will become Ibadan State. The local governments there, as named by the Constitution, how are you going to increase them or decrease them? You cannot, unless that place is expunged from the Constitution, first of all, foremost.
But then, the Guru, I know that this is about that Supreme Court ruling that it is illegal and unconstitutional for governors to continue to receive or retain funds. And I know at some point the federal government made it very mandatory for local government elections to be conducted so that these local governments can begin to receive their funds from the federal government. But according to findings now, about 164 local governments in 8 states have not conducted elections. And maybe some people thought that the 64 local governments in 8 states have not conducted elections. And maybe they thought that there was going to be like a longer deadline for them to do so. But the report now is that President Bola Tinubu may implement the Supreme Court ruling by the end of October. Does it mean that for states that have not conducted local government election, those local governments will not be recognized and will not be paid by the federal government?
Let me correct something immediately. It is not the local government that conduct election.
It's the states
that conduct election. The position of the Supreme Court judgment, this not just a ruling, judgment of the Supreme Court. And don't forget, the Supreme Court is not only a court of justice, it's a court of policy. The position of the Supreme Court judge had overruled anything arbitrarily that is on ground produced by the Constitution. Because judgment of court remains a way of making law for any country. But here now, you cannot overrule the Supreme Court unless you carry the case to God. And those who carry the case to God and return with judgment, we don't know them. Or would you want to carry such assignment? So now, having said this 3 months grace was the political solution that the politicians gave to themselves. Otherwise, Supreme Court judgment is tanta. Now, if there is no democratically conducted election in any state, that state loses the right to collect money from this fact sharing. You cannot get anything. And meaning, you cannot, as a governor, say that you pay you are paying money, meaning the chairman of the local government, all the councillors, everything gone. So that is why all of them are running to conduct this election. And they don't have any problem because these elections are being conducted by the State Electoral Commission, not INEC. And they manipulate it. Okosha, the chairman of APC in Rivers State now, told us twice now within a month. He mentioned it twice within a month that during his time when he was secretary to the state government, the Rivers State, under Amechi, that the names of those to win the local government election, that he wrote everything in his office and gave them to the Rivers State Electoral Commission to implement. He said that's how we will do it. He said there's no big deal in doing it. It is for that reason that any state that conduct a local government election, the ruling party in that state wins all the seats. So that's that. If they fail to, but I think there's a law coming into the National Assembly now. And that law, because the governors they are on already. See the law that was brought by Soludo in Anambra State, all must be amended. I think I have overstayed on this newspaper. You are welcome, General Manager.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Once again.
I invited some guests here about 2 months ago. One of them happened to be a professor that teaches commercial law in Unilag. So when he arrived here, on air, he said, the guru, what is happening? That he said it on air, that he left his room, he thought he was leaving too late. And that he called me to tell me that, sorry, I'm leaving home late. The distance, I may not be able to be there on time. He said, but surprisingly, he got here. He said, and I tell you every position that this LASTMA people position themselves well. Then he said, are these the same Lagos State LASTMA or which LASTMA is it? To me, that was good news. Now, you are now the general manager of LASTMA in Lagos. So, on behalf of what Professor Joseph Abugu is not only just a lecturer in Unilag, he's a senior advocate of Nigeria. Then another person called in to support what he said. There was no reason for them to form conspiracy to do this. It means good tidings is around the corner on the road. I will ask you questions today because here I'm the one asking questions. But by the statement of Professor Joseph Abugu, senior advocate of Nigeria that day, I will celebrate the new LASTMA.
Thank you, sir.
What actually happened?
Thank you, sir. I want to give much gratitude to the professor. What we are doing when we came on board, November 2023, 20th to be precise, I and my team, we went into the boardroom and brainstorm on how we can turn things around for LASTMA.
Okay.
Part of our priority we were bent on changing the public perception about LASTMA.
Okay.
We wanted to change the narrative. We prioritized the public feedback.
Okay.
That was what necessitated the launch of the toll-free line.
Okay.
On the 9th of July 2024.
Okay.
Where Lagosians, especially the motoring public, can reach us on a toll-free line.
Okay.
If you permit me, I would like to dish it out.
Yeah. But you have to save time because the only enemy we have in this program is time.
Okay, sir.
So I'll give you 2 minutes.
It's 080 000.
Oh, the line?
The
of
line.
Course, you must give it out now.
Okay, sir.
080
080 000
uh-huh.
52.
No, 080.
Yes, not 000 again.
Okay.
Making 4 zeros. 52
Okay.
78
Okay.
62.
Okay.
And they can reach us on.
This is the toll free.
It's toll free. The line is toll free.
Okay.
And we have 10 respondents
Okay.
to pick their call.
Okay.
Apart from our Ligun Franca, which is English, they can equally reach us through Yoruba.
Okay.
And for those that cannot speak my mother's tongue,
okay,
they can communicate to us through Pidgin too. And
I will give it to you.
We have well-trained officers that have gone through a series of training to attend to their course. This was deliberate and it was direct, so that we'll be able to get real-time feedback, especially...
Sorry, no, on this, I wouldn't want you to rush it too much. I can add another 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
You have 0800052
7862. Yes, sir.
As toll free.
Yes, sir.
Now you have 10 responders
to pick this call.
Meaning at any time there will be somebody to pick up.
Exactly, especially from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Saturday.
Monday to Saturday.
Exactly, sir.
Okay. And apart from English,
they can equally reach us via Yoruba.
Yes.
Yoruba dialect and Pidgin.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. As I said, this was deliberate so that we can be able to get real-time feedback.
Okay.
And since the establishment of this digital call center that was done on July 9th, 2024, this year, the agency has received over 2,000 calls.
Okay.
Bordering on the conduct of our men on the road, traffic congestion, road traffic accidents, and all sorts. At times, they call us for emergency cases too. But most especially when it has to do with the conduct of our men.
Okay.
We always give prompt attention.
Okay.
So I make bold to say the establishment of the call center has been yielding positive results.
Okay.
It's part of the trajectory that has been helping to reposition the agency for a better service delivery.
Okay. Thank you for that information. Olalo, have you been able to
get the number?
Yeah.
Of course. Okay. Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Secondly, sir.
Yes.
We equally concentrate on massive human capacity building. That is, reorientation and training and retraining of our men is important for any workforce all over the world to perform better. The training has to be continuous and immense. So so far, from December 2023 till date, meanwhile, the training will continue till...
Sorry, you came on board which year?
November 2023, sir.
Okay.
So we have series of training programs that have started last year, December, and is going to end by the end of this year, December. So far, we'll be able to train over 3,000 LASTMA officials. Currently,
from that period
from
now.
December till October, it's still ongoing. I'll be able to train over 3,000 staff. Currently, our staff strength is over 4,000. So the remaining part of the staff will surely be captured before the end of the year. And the training is both internal and external training.
What does that mean?
We have training that we organize within the agency.
Okay,
we
in-house.
In-house. We have a training room, we have a training class. And the external one, we equally have consultants that have been giving us series of training on leaderships. We have a man that came in from South Africa. He took us on leadership. We've equally trained our men on emotional intelligence.
Okay.
And how to enforce without aggression.
Okay.
The whole idea is for us to have a cautious, respectful, and a LASTMA that will perform his or her job with a lot of empathy for the motoring public. At all time, what we kept on reiterating to our men is for them to do their legitimate duty in accordance with the rules of the law of the state, and also to respect the right of Lagosians, especially the motoring public, at all time.
Okay, thank you very much for all this. Now, of recent, it was a public news that these about 6 officers of LASTMA were either indicted and the law took his position on them. Can you throw more light on that?
Yes, sir. That was the latest one. Okay. We started it around February this year.
Okay.
Part of our core responsibility, my team and I also, we equally prioritize discipline. We hold discipline in high esteem. So we put some measures in place. We have a provost unit now that has been seriously rejigged. And we equally have the surveillance units. And apart from these two, within the agency, we have external people that serve as mystery shoppers for us, that give us information.
About performances of your men.
Yes, about their conduct. Whenever they are performing outside the line, outside the rules of engagement, they give us videos, pictorial, substantial one. And we always leverage on this. The provost units, the surveillance units, they're always on their toes, moving around, especially the surveillance units. They don't wear uniform.
Okay.
They always go out in mufti.
Okay.
So,
unmarked.
Unmarked. To monitor.
But what about the vehicle they carry?
No, unbranded.
Okay.
At times they use commercial buses. Okay. They go through the commercial bus, the downforce like normal passengers.
Okay.
In mufti.
Okay.
So that at times we'll get feedback for what the drivers, the people in the buses are saying too. We equally collate information from that. Apart from that, at times they are strategically positioned in our show points where our men are working at their beats and monitoring their activities as well. So it started yielding results. In February,
took about 18th of them to PMB, disciplinary board. That's the highest disciplinary authority in Lagos State Public Service.
Okay.
18 LASTMA officials.
18. Well, we started with 18.
Wow.
That board belongs to Lagos State.
Lagos State government. That's the highest level disciplinary board in the state.
Okay.
It's all encompassing any public servants, any public servants in the state will always that perform outside the law.
Okay.
Will always be taken to such.
Okay.
So we took them there. So they were given fair hearing. We presented our case too. The provost marshal, the surveillance, the head of surveillance and his team, they were equally there. The two parties, at the end of the day, out of 18, about 7 of them in February were dismissed. About 6 or 8, I can't really recollect, were demoted, while the rest were given strict warning letter.
Okay.
So around July 2, we took about 9, while the last one happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago, where we took 7. And the whole 7 were dismissed. They were found.
7 you took down
they
there.
were dismissed. They were found culpable because we had our evidence, both the one we gather in and the one we receive from Lagosians.
But sir, what did they do?
It varies.
No, it varies.
It varies. It varies.
They did
misconduct, and or serious. But what they did was mimical to the tenants, to the rules, and to the rules of engagement of the organization. So we don't have any choice than to show them the way out, so that they can serve as a deterrent
to others.
For others, so that the others will be able to conform. The law is the law, and the right of Lagosians is sacrosanct at all time, because they are the taxpayer.
Now, before you came on board, I want to recollect your predecessor. During his time, there was this allegation that LASTMA were pursuing a vehicle that saw LASTMA and was trying to escape being arrested. And along the line, not LASTMA vehicle, but the vehicle they were pursuing, the Sienna bus, ran into street sweepers. And unfortunately, these two street sweepers, they were sisters. Unfortunately, they were sisters of the same parents. And that the vehicle ran them over and killed them. This happened, if I must recollect, before you came into office November, before your time. But the question, being the man heading the agency, is this. In a modern world of today, where technology is really available, must LASTMA be pursuing vehicles on the road? Or are there no technology that could just pick everything you need about that person, and at the comfort of your office, you put the person on trial? Must they be pursuing people? What's the situation like now in LASTMA?
Yes, sir. Before coming to the situation, I would like to respond to what you brought up, sir. I can recollect that incident vividly.
Okay.
And may Almighty,
yes, you have always been an insider.
Yes, may Almighty God grant departed soul eternal rest.
Amen.
Be that at dismay, sir. If we can equally remember, sir, the Nigerian police, especially the Lagos State Command, investigated the situation, the whole scenario, and at the end of the day, LASTMA was never involved. Okay. I quite agree with you. LASTMA is not a perfect organization. Likewise, any other organization. In every 12, you must always see a Judas.
Yes.
Which is expected. But what we'll be able to do in order to reduce the human interaction has been the deployment of technology so far. So I will give much gratitude to Mr. Governor, the governor of the state, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu Aduragbemi. He has been encouraging us wonderfully well.
Sorry, is Aduragbemi one of his names?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the technology was deployed some months ago. As I said, the motive behind it is to reduce the human interaction. We have a TMS machine now.
What does that apply?
TMS machine.
TMS.
Traffic Management Solution.
Okay, because my people out there, they may want to know.
Traffic Management Solution.
It's
like an hand-end device. You must have seen our men with it. And some of the Lagosians too, especially the motoring public, can attest to the fact that they will be receiving love letters. Whosoever commit traffic infractions, is for our men just to gather real-time substantial pictorial evidence.
Yes.
And as the technology or the device pick such infractions, it will send it back to a particular table.
Okay.
The table would dissect whatever the information has been captured, whether valid or invalid.
Okay.
If it's found to be valid, it will be processed, and the feedback will be sent back to the assumed vendor.
Okay.
And on the message, such person has an option. Is that to make the payments or to contest whatever has been sent to such person. That has been the whole process. And also we have the whistleblower app too. It's another app that has just been developed. It was equally launched alongside the digital call center, the working center. And on the same day too, the 9th of July, our research and statistics department was equally upgraded so that we'll be able to collate real-time traffic informations, so that will serve as a tool whenever we want to evaluate on our whatever we've been doing, so that we'll be able to give better performance at the end of the day. So as I was saying, a whistleblower app was equally launched. This particular app can be used by all Lagosians.
But if a whistleblower like that is launched for LASTMA,
yes, sir.
Why the inadequacy of publicizing it? Because to me, that's something good that the citizens must know about, so that they will. If there is a whistleblower, I want to believe that it attains. Therefore, that if I blow the whistle properly, I will get some reward for it.
It is a new initiative.
Okay.
And I want to believe we are still going through teething period.
Okay.
With time,
Okay.
we should be able to we'll get there by the grace of God.
Okay.
Presently, we are crossing the T and dotting the I's.
Okay.
So that we'll be able to have a perfect app.
Okay.
But presently is functioning.
Okay.
And the main purpose of this whistleblower app too is also to enhance participation of Lagosians. Is not limited to LASTMA alone.
No. I mean, we are inviting the people to be involved.
Yes.
So as to make things easier. That's why, particularly on behalf of Ralu and myself here, make it well known, because whistleblower, the meaning of it is that if you blow the whistle properly, some financial reward comes in.
So what are the rewards, sir? In case we blow a whistle.
We are not, sir,
two of us.
of course there is a reward, but we are not being particular about the reward.
Oh.
The essence and the motive is for us to have voluntary compliance in the states.
If reward is not there, the blower of the whistle, we get tired so quickly. Okay, so just a second, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are talking, the Director of Public Relations for LASTMA, Taofik Adebayo, walked in. Maybe he thought, we will not kidnap your guy. We will make you see. But since you are coming, you can walk over there and sit there. Please, sir, dear, allow him. He's concerned about you so much.
Interestingly, I have been relating with Mr. Taufik, but he might not really know me in person. He's been very helpful via WhatsApp a number of times when I've found myself in terrific traffic
you have
situations.
been breaching the laws of traffic or
No. I remember there was no. It wasn't about that. I'm not even the type.
No, but don't worry. I will already decide and acquit you, because I will take part with you.
I mean, I'm very intentional about being the traffic laws and Lagos.
So, Taufik Adebayo, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
About 8 years ago, I did a survey when this Dangote refinery was just coming up. And I foresaw then that Apapa may be coming to repeat itself, because it's export free processing zone. And to service any viable port in the world, the Shanghai port, which is the largest, the one in Holland, what's the name of this port, which is the second largest, before you come to other one, you exit cargo created through water, through land, and air. But the air is not always at the base of the port. So when I traveled, when I went around, then, and of course, collapse of road were continuously coming. 10 years ago, Apapa had been knocked off. To Oshodi, to Apapa, there would be terrible traffic. Then I told myself, the planners of this, do they take into consideration that what is being received from this zone must reach Nigerians? Then I now saw that only if you turn right, if you come from the base, if you turn right, then you are exiting through Ekpe to Igebudi. Then if you turn left, you are coming into Lagos, which was already congested, which is still congested as we talk now. Then it was later I heard that there will be a link of a road, a bridge, to cross over to Ikudu that will take off from there. Then when I finished, I wrote an article, and I really pity those who will manage the roads. And of course, LASTMA is in my heart. Or was in my heart then? The police was in my heart. Now you mention it now. How successful are your preemptive plans? Do you think they will be, in order not to bring congestion, the one of Apapa, into that zone in the future?
Thank you, sir. As I said, Lagos State government, through Ministry of Transportation, is highly proactive to correct or to nip whatever adversity that will arise as a result of truck activities around Ibeju-Lekki axis, especially the movement of wet and dry cargoes. Wet cargo, to be precise, now. The introduction of ETO system by Lagos State government, it has been experimented around Apapa.
By Lagos State government, by Nigeria Post Authority.
By Lagos State government. It was an idea of Mr. Governor then, in conjunction, ETO, yes. In conjunction, Mr. Governor brought in a consultant that developed an app. It's a call-up system where we have Odin Bay, some meters before the main takeoff point, where they are supposed to take whatever cargoes they ought to have taken. The whole idea is just to streamline and to manage their movements. And it yield a wonderful result around Papa. And that is what we are going to replicate in Ibeju-Lekki axis, especially we are starting with Dangote, with the tankers. The whole thing is ongoing now. As I said, leadership of Ministry of Transportation and LASTMA are in Ibeju-Lekki for the past 4 days now, around that Dangote axis, fine-tuning smooth operation. So there is no cause for alarm. The interest of the residents in and around Lekki environment is of utmost priority to the state government. So we are going to put all measures in place to stop all the mitigant factors that will arise from the activities of movement of cargoes. If you look at the geographical location of the states, Lagos is more of water than road. That's why it's only referred to as a state of aquatic splendor. We have limited road. And also going further, if you look at the vehicular density, the number of vehicles in the country, according to National Statistics Bureau, is over 16 million. And the major, more than half, are in Lagos and Kano. The majority are domiciled in Lagos to contest or to use the limited roads that are available in the states. We have over 5 million vehicles on Lagos Road. So the state government is doing everything possible to make sure that there are more junction improvements, more bridges are being built, massive road construction are ongoing, and equally to promote an efficient transportation system. That is more reason why you will see much emphasis on intermodal transportation system. Talking about the movement of cargo from Ibeju-Lekki. Also, the Lekki deep sea port is also in the pipeline.
Yes.
And I make bold to say, movement of some cargoes has been done from Lekki via the water to Ikorodu and some areas too. And also, the rail line too in the states is massive. Look at the red line has just commenced. We have so many transportational programs being taken by the state government just to improve the travel time of Lagosians.
Okay, thank you. Now, I will ask you one question, then we'll go to our people. We'll
open the line and we'll take WhatsApp calls, messages, and voices.
But I will ask you one question now. I knew that as of the time that the AIG, Chris Olakwe, was the chief executive officer of LASTMA, we had about 135 policemen only deployed to assist LASTMA to be able to do their job, because LASTMA's job is dangerous. Most of what you deal with those who can take tanker or kukuye by the roadside. And that was when it was being suggested that LASTMA can do either 12 hours, 2 sections, or break it down to 8 hours, so that even if they cannot do a whole night, they should be able to resume by 6 a.m., when the weather is still dark. And the reason is for this 135 policemen, not 1,000, no, 135, to carry gun in order to make sure that the safety of LASTMA officials are prioritized. Do you still have the facility of that 135 policemen? Because that was then. Now, recruitment into LASTMA has increased.
Over 4,000.
Are they still 135, which they used to be when the number of men working in LASTMA was less than 1,000? Are they there still functioning for you?
Yes, sir. We have a security unit that's been led by CSP of police, person of Mr. Rahim. Now we have over 200 policemen.
Oh, you have over 200?
Over 200. 200, yeah.
Not 135?
No. They are more than that now.
Okay.
About 210, 212 now.
Okay.
And their main responsibility is for them to provide security, the coverage whenever the need be.
Yes.
Especially when our men are performing their legitimate duty on the road in case of any attack.
Yes.
And going beyond this, apart from the cordial relationship with the Lagos State Police Command, we equally have a robust relationship with the military formation. So whenever we have issues, especially with the rank and file within the military circle, we always call on the military hierarchy, and their response has been wonderful, swift, to nip whatever the excesses of their men on the board.
You mean you have very good, robust relationship with
The
the
military,
now?
exactly.
Okay, that stops me from asking questions in the future about some friction between the military and
they are expected. Well, once it happens, we call on the military police in the states. The former general in charge of Ikeja Cantonment, General Goke Adetuyi, was wonderful.
Okay.
He has been so helpful.
Okay.
And the military police in the state too.
Okay. All right. Now, GM, please sit down, relax. Let us visit first of all those that sponsor us.
Okay.
Let's get them saluted. Then you will. I know more attention will come to you today.
All right.
Those are providing the blood.
We'll go on a very short break. When we get back, we will begin to take comments from our WhatsApp account. Don't forget the number is 0809 234 5913. Again, 0809 234 5913. We will be right back. Ogaguru has given us the permission to go ahead with that. Welcome
you think
back.
I'm not willing to withdraw the permission now? Okay, I will respect you, so go ahead.
All right, let me start with this one. Ayo from First Tax says, when will LASTMA have a 3-digit help number instead of having the long private number all the time? With available technology, why is LASTMA still wearing mufti in downfalls to catch errant personnel? Why can't they wear body cams or have a website for public complaints with video and pictorial evidence? And that is Ayo from First Tax.
Please, GM, you may have to be noting them down because let them be accumulated before you answer them.
Okay.
And thank God you have the man who has come in to guarantee your safety. So when they are accumulative, so you just get little time to answer them together. Go ahead.
Alfred from Ikoyi says, good morning, the Guru Olalu and the LASTMA boss. Please help us to draw the attention of the appropriate authority to the traffic light at the end of St. Gregory Road into Awolowo Road. The light is faulty, but the ones on both sides of our Awolowo roads works. So most time, it's always a near accident for those coming from St. Gregory into Awolowo Road. And please, if LASTMA can position a staff there to help control traffic pending when the right authority fixes the broken traffic light. Thank you. That's Alfred from Ikoyi. I think, is it not this intersection here? You know, I seem to relate. Yeah. All right. Good morning, Daddy Guru and Olaoluwa. Our Chinedu from Oregun. I want to ask our guest in the studio what he has to say about Owo LASTMA that the area boys collect on their behalf at the bus stop.
Can you come? Oh, is it all bus stops in Lagos or where? You should have given
Yes,
that
so if
information.
there are specific bus stops, if you know any bus stop where this Owo LASTMA is collected, please send a text message and let us have that. I am quickly going to take this voice note as well. All right, let's have it.
Daddy Guru, good morning, Olaluwa, good morning, LASTMA MD, and LASTMA PRO, the provost in the house. And my name is Henry, writing you from VI. Last time I ran Lagos Island, I was driving. So I think I was missing my way. So I just stopped over, wind down to ask people along the road that I'm looking for so and so address. As I was asking them, next thing a Korokwe bus filled with LASTMA officials double-crossed me, accosted me, that I'm causing an obstruction on the road. And why am I parked here? I told them I was looking for an address. I even showed them my phone, the address I'm looking for. They didn't want to hear, they didn't want to listen to me. They took me to their Surah office. After all pleading, I parted with 20,000 naira. I paid with even the old mature woman that was in their office. The woman was just sending me away, asking me to get back if I don't want to pay. And then I parted with 20,000 naira. I still have to pay vulcanizer to pump my tire. I have to pay money to open gates for me at the Surah office over there. It's terrific, man. Please, Daddy Guru, please help me ask the man. It's such a narrow. What does someone do? Guess you're in a place you don't know the road. Can't you ask anymore?
Okay.
Thank you for that contribution.
Why the GM will answer you, I would suggest that when you have such, I'm not supposed to be doing this too much. Always. But LASTMA is my friendly organization. It's my friend.
Okay.
As an organization, it's a friendly organization. I do it for LASTMA. I do it for LOMA too.
Okay.
And sometimes I do it for the police force. So such facts, get the details of the facts across. You can get it directly to the public relations director of LASTMA, Taufik Adebayo, because all the telephone number, we leave everything before we go. But if you are finding it difficult, if you are sure of your facts, get them across to me. Then I will send it. But don't what to present it as a fact now will be cross-checked. If it is a lie, you know what it means. So let's get that done. He will answer you. I'm not holding him. Go ahead.
And Ogaguru, if I may ask, when you mean fact, the name of the person you are dealing with, the locations, the specific names, and all of that.
Story.
That's it now.
To all of the details. Now, let us get to this. Good morning, Mr. Guru and all in the studio. Kaidi from the UK. Please, my question to the LASTMA GM is that what is the synergy between the outfit and the vehicle licensing outfit? I mean, maybe the VIO.
NVA.
With the issue of improper residential addresses and other poorly acquired statistics at archives, how will your outfit track traffic offenders easily? What about interstate vehicles? How do you get them fined? Okay, that is the question all the way from
who is not an employee of LASTMA, I probably will get an answer, but it will come from him.
Yeah.
John one more before he has 2 minutes to answer this one.
Good morning, Daddy Guru, Antiola Oloa, and the listening public. Uche is my name from Bariga constituency. My question to the LASTMA boss this morning is this. Supposing a commercial bus with the traditional yellow color is going from Uju-Elegba to Mile 12 on charter, or going from Mile 12 to Uju-Elegba, can such a bus make use of the expressway since it is not stopping at any bus stop in between? I am asking this question, sir, because several times your men would mount at different points along Ikorodu Road to contravene commercial vehicles and in the process causing heavy traffic congestion.
He's taking note.
All right. There are more, but let's
continue.
Okay, continue. Oh, all right. There are more. All right. Good morning, Daddy Guru Olaoluwa and the guest in the studio. This is Heidi from CMS Book. Please, the way the
CMS Bookshop, maybe you want to say.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah,
please, the way the LASTMA are harassing we commercial workers, commercial on Awolowo Road is unbearable. Even if clear well to drop passengers on walkway without causing commotion, I guess he's saying that even if they just try to drop passengers without causing.
Forgotten that he's talking to us at the edge of Awolowo Road.
Okay, so to drop passengers on walkway without causing commotion, they will arrest you and give you ticket of 50,000 naira. Why are
He's talking on behalf of the Ikoro quiz?
Yes, I guess.
Will never park before they drop their passengers and pick their passengers.
They don't even stop at designated bus stop.
They don't have anything like that.
They stop indiscriminately. But we'll attend to it. Please continue.
Okay, so he said, why are we discomforting ourselves in this country? Let's fear God, though. Hello to the wonderful lady in the studio and to our big daddy. My name is Biodun from AIT Road. I would like to ask how LASTMA carry out their recruitment process, because for some times now, I have been looking forward to seeing their applications publicized, but I don't see it anywhere. All of a sudden, we will see it in the news that new recruits are being trained. I am interested in being a LASTMA officer. I studied transport management, and I know one or two things I can do to minimize Iyano Ipaja early morning traffic. That is Biodun from AIT Road.
Thank you very, very much.
Okay.
Add one more, then they will answer. Before we move.
Good morning, Daddy Guru, Sir Anolaoluwa, and the LASTMA officials. Daddy Guru, please help me ask the LASTMA officials in the studio. If the police investigation says it was not LASTMA officials that killed the two sisters as a result of them chasing a vehicle as usual, who did? 2, why are LASTMA officials on the roads always dragging the steering wheel with the driver of a car? And why do they always carry POS machines and will not agree? And will not agree that a traffic offender should go to their office for any traffic offense he or she might have committed? Is the POS owned by LASTMA? 3, why do LASTMA only arrest and harass private car owners and they don't arrest or harass a commercial bus driver who also committed the same traffic offense, so to say? Why are they always after private cars? Thank you. This is from Jenny from Festac.
Okay, let us package it there for the first round. I think because of this discussion,
yes, sir.
I was supposed to have gone off air by now, but we agreed to have allocated so that the people will enjoy you and you will enjoy them. On the question of because if he keeps defending himself, that might look suspicious. On the question of the two sisters that were killed, I saw the police report that says LASTMA was never involved. I saw the police report. And I spoke with the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, about the matter. But, sir, answer the...
Thank you, sir.
But you just have to be as brief as anyone.
Yes, sir. Thank you. The first one about the short coat. I want to assure the Lagosian that had brought our attention into that. Yeah, we are working on it very soon. Before the end of the first quarter of next year, we should be able to come up with short code.
Okay.
Well, I thank him. I thank him so much. Secondly, on the issue of the traffic lights around Awolowo Road by Sengegri, yes, we are aware. We are aware of it, and the units at the Ministry of Transportation, they are equally working to fix it. Be rest assured, in the next 2 or 3 days, it should come back to life.
Thank you.
Then the third one, about the Owo LASTMA, the various bus stop. I want to say this, nothing of such is ongoing. About 3 months ago, we apprehended an NURT staff member around K2 doing such solely on his own. No LASTMA, after much investigation, when he was arrested and taken to the Lagos State Police Command, after much investigation, he was doing it on his own.
He admitted that?
Yes, and he has been prosecuted.
Okay.
Under my watch, nothing of such will happen.
Okay. I love that language, under my watch.
So if anyone is tasked over LASTMA, should they blow the whistle and report?
Yes, that's why we have the toll-free line.
Also, Olaoluwa from VI made mention of his experience as Sura office. If I will retrieve his number from Madam before leaving the studio, I will put a call to him personally. Then I will invite him to my office. We are going to cross all the T's and dot the I.
Okay.
And whosoever is found culpable should be ready to leave the agency.
That's good.
Then on the synergy, Between LASTMA and VIS and MVA, we have a robust and a cordial relationship with them. Whenever we have issues of hit and run, we always go to them and they provide us with detailed info, which we will give to the police to track whosoever is involved. Then on data collation about interstate vehicles, Lagos State government, especially the Ministry of Transportation, is working with Ogun State and some other Western state government too on how to collate and have a robust data system, even beyond the Western region. And I'm very sure they are talking to Abuja and some Eastern state too on this global data collation. Then on commercial bus at Oju
Elegba.
I didn't get that. Commercial bus at Oju Elegba. Okay, making use of the express. Yes. This commercial bus, you and I will agree that these people are a menace in the States. If you permit me, I'll quickly share an experience with you. Like 2 months ago, I went into a joint operation. The Kai Marshal General of the state, Major Cole, was with me. Likewise, I have some few policemen from Upo 20. Likewise, Loma. We went on a joint operation to decongest Idumota and those driving in a direction prohibited by law one way. Yes, Loma. Because we wanted to sanitize Idumota too.
Okay.
Apart from apprehending vehicles.
Oh no,
that was why
I have a lot of complaints against Loma on that.
that was why I have the Kai Marshal General with me. The excesses of the traders, especially at that route, Broad Street, Idumota, Nyeyo, and all sorts.
That place is
so on getting to the ascent of that bridge leading to Idumota, the Kata Bridge, we saw a downfall driving in a direction prohibited by law. We have more than 30 vehicles lined up. I was in front. Immediately he saw us. He almost fell into the river with all the passengers.
Wow.
I had to stop all the policemen that they shouldn't run after him. Had it been anything has happened, the story will have changed.
Yes.
Nobody will say the guy drove against traffic again. All they will be saying is LASTMA that is running or trying to apprehend them. That is a part of the training we've been giving our men on how to, at all time, be discretional and prioritize safety. In apprehending a commercial bus in the state, in Danford to be precise, we are contending with the 14 passenger, the driver, and the conductor. That's why you see my men, they are always careful. The highest they will do, whenever they see that their strength is not enough to apprehend such infractions, for them to gather pictorial evidence. And at the end of the day, at our comfort zone, when we are sure that our strength is good to take them, that's why we stop them on the express at times to apprehend them. People will not know that we have a substantial and a concrete pictorial evidence against traffic infraction that they've committed. And one of the observation was that we impound more private vehicles than commercial buses. I beg to disagree with such a person. My research and statistics department, we have a collation of apprehended vehicles from January to September. And from January to September, LASTMA has been able to impound 11,376 vehicles. And out of this, 7,336 happen to be commercial buses.
Wow.
This will tell you we impound and we apprehend more of these commercial buses. As I said, the ultimate thing is for my men to be safety conscious. Not only their own safety, but the safety of the passengers, the driver, even the conductor in the vehicle is paramount to us. We are always careful in dealing with them because they always tend to misbehave. Majority of them drive under the influence of alcohol and other narcotic drugs.
Let me ask a question.
Yes, sir.
You operate all Lagos routes.
Yes, sir.
Please, my true to Apapa on the 3 main lanes. As we talk, if you are coming from Oshodi, by the time you are approaching my two, you will see vehicles. A lot of them, all commercial, most of them commercial, say 80% commercial, driving against traffic, either heading to Oshodi from Apapa or heading to Apapa from Oshodi. This cannot be disputed. This are factual things. I personally even have video recording and co of them. The question is, why is that so?
Yes, as I said, sir.
And thank God that you came here today, because I'm inviting those that are concerned. I'm inviting the police. I'm inviting the court marshal, and because it's a terrible thing. Go on.
Yes, sir. Let me give you a scenario, sir. It happened around July. We have a zone that is around that happened to be the coverage area that is in charge of that area. Their patrol team intercepted a commercial bus around Sele after Rainbow, coming towards Yanosolo on the express lane, driving against traffic. In the course of stopping or trying to apprehend that downfall, when he was trying to escape, he had to damage about 3 or 4 private vehicles. He ran. They couldn't apprehend him. Do you believe that the owner of the cars descended heavily on that patrol team? They almost killed one of my LASTMA officials, if not for the intervention of the people that I call around on phone for them to safeguard my men. What I'm trying to say is this. Everybody knows that what is bad is bad. The law is the law. But when things happen like that, people shouldn't allow their emotions to affect their sense of judgment. Fine, in the course of apprehending, their vehicles were damaged. Safety is paramount. Such cases, such scenario on Oshodi Apapa Express Road, once in 2 or 3 months, we always go there massively. We'll make sure that our strengths are very, very heavy on ground before we go for such operations. We are always careful about the domino effect or whatever the negative effect that will come as a result of their illicit activities.
Okay. Could it be an opportunity that you have a synergy with, for example, the task force, the Lagos State Task Force, and make sure that this type of menace is stopped once for all? Because if you wait for 3 months, what is happening on that road on daily basis? If you wait for 3 months, is that not tacitly encouraging them?
We have a very good collaboration with the task force, and so many at times we've done joint operation.
Yes,
there was one that was done in Ikeja, Iyanopaja, and Lagos and all sorts. We equally make sure that the operation is frequent. But let me remind you, sir. Do you remember what happened to a task force inspector about 2 or 3 weeks ago at Dagboju when he was trying to apprehend a vehicle that drove against traffic? So safety is paramount to us, sir. But I assure you, we're not going to rest on our horse. We'll make sure that we nip whatever their excesses or their menace in the bud.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.